Good morning, everyone. Buenos días a todos. Welcome to our third encounter of Voices Across the Universe. Bienvenidos al tercer encuentro de Voices Across the Universe. Hoy estoy honradísima de poder presentarles a una mujer maravillosa y además bellísima. Today I'm honored to welcome an amazing woman, but most of all, she's incredibly beautiful. And it's going to be so interesting because our cultures are totally different and we're gonna learn a lot from each other. Va a ser un encuentro demasiado interesante porque nuestras culturas son totalmente distintas, así que vamos a tener la oportunidad de aprender muchísimo la una de la otra, compartir experiencias, compartir conocimientos y sobre todo diversidad cultural. Va a haber de sobra. It's going to be amazing, just as the other encounters, as the other conversations, but each of them, it's really special. And I know Roxana, which is our guest today from Kosovo, she's Miss Kosovo 2022. She's also excited and ready to join us, so I'm going to send her the invitation right away. I want to know about you guys also. How have you been? ¿Cómo han estado? Cuéntenme para ir leyendo. Quien se va a unir en pocos segundos. Roxana is almost coming up with us. She was ready and set up to begin.
Hello, dear.
Hello.
I'm
Hello,
feeling
Roxana,
pretty
how are
great
you?
and excited. How about you?
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm so happy to have you here. And I want to tell everyone that I'm also having the pleasure to hold with you your first your first appearance in public since you were crowned,
It's
right?
my first interview, and I'm having, I know for sure that I'm going to have a lot of fun with you today. And I think that...
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for giving me that honor.
You're welcome. And I think that this is the first moment that Miss Universe Venezuela and Miss Universe Kosovo are having a conversation together live. And I'm glad it's us that we are breaking this cycle.
Amazing, amazing. So we're doing a lot of things for the first time. You're going on a public let's call it interview, but it's a conversation. For the first time, and we're holding it together for the first time as a Miss Venezuela and Miss Kosovo.
That's
an amazing
and also
step.
Another fact that it's my first time going live. I've never even been live before. Yeah.
Really? Like in the whole time you've been using Instagram?
Yes, because it's not quite sometimes that I have been using Instagram. I started this year, so it's all new to me, but I'm getting a lot of excitement already.
That's so nice, and that starts to conduce us to a topic that is interesting, and it's about our cultures and how we manage all these things like social media, for example. I know in Venezuela we have been using it for at least like 7-10 years, and you tell me that you just started using it, so it's amazing also to share this kind of experiences.
It's only for me, you know. I started using this year because it's known to work in Kosovo since a very long time before. But just about we begin, I want to present you a gift that I made by myself today. I hope you're gonna, and I think it's a good idea to start now because it's gonna get cold, I think, and probably we won't.
Oh my God. Okay, yeah, show us, please.
Okay.
Gosh, you're so cute.
I tried.
Oh my God, you made us a typical dish.
Yeah, it's your national dish of Venezuela. I'm sorry.
Oh, you made pabellón. No, I can't believe it.
Honestly, I made it.
And how did you?
With a lot of heart. So first, I prepped the steak. I left it for 2 hours, you know, to get all prepared and stuff like that. And then I prepared, these are red beans. I think that it's supposed to be black beans, but I couldn't find them, so I'm sorry.
It also works.
And I also used white rice and some cooked bananas. So I'm going to enjoy it later.
Wow. Is that gonna be your
Yeah,
dinner?
for today, yes. But just accept the steak because I'm vegetarian. But if I didn't include the meat, then I think it wouldn't do justice for the national dish. So I do that as well.
For the pavilion. You are the cutest. Thank you so
Well, maybe
much. That's amazing. I'm sure you're going
yes,
to
maybe
enjoy
it's
it.
good that you can't enjoy it because I don't think if I did it delicious. So maybe
No, no, no. You need to tell us how is it after you
yes,
try it, okay?
I'll
Please
give you.
let me know. We have been talking through WhatsApp, and that's an amazing way, like, to start a relation, to start building a strong relation. And we have been holding this like personal conversations through WhatsApp that are letting us also have a fluent and natural talk over here. And I'm really grateful for your gift, and also surprised that
Yes,
you cooked it by yourself. Thank you so much for
you're
taking your
welcome.
time
I
to do
have done
it.
it with a lot of passion and love. I have put a lot of, so don't worry.
Oh,
And the other,
that's great. We also
yes, the other
talked,
thing that
yeah,
fascinates me about you, that you were the one that approached to me. You were very friendly, and I knew since that moment that we're going to make a very friendly conversation. And I think that this is all what it's about: to get to know each other more and to not be unfamiliar
absolutely.
with
That's so nice.
this year, at the end of this year.
Absolutely. I agree. I completely agree. And I think we have experienced it. We also have this chat with the other girls where we have talked to all of them, almost all of them. And this will let us build strong
Yes.
relations. And when we arrive there, then it will be really natural and fluent. And we won't be that shy because when you arrive to a new place, sometimes you're a little like not that confident, but this is going to let us be as confident as we can be, and I love that. And we were also talking through the chat about your typical food. So what can you tell us about your country, about Kosovo, about your typical food out there, or typical elements that you feel proud about in
Well, I feel
Kosovo?
the most proud about a national dish that we call it pasol, and that is made of ingredients like meat. You can use it meat if you like, if you don't. It's up to your preference, and it's made of white beans, and it gives you a very good taste of that. Uh, it's like a soup made of beans. And another that we also
Okay.
love to mention in every moment as possible. It's something called fli. It's made out of flour. It's made of something called like a yogurt in English, and that's very delicious. We are proud of that
Okay.
culture or
Okay.
of our national food, and every time we get to enjoy them, we make them and we celebrate it with our families.
Amazing, amazing. Well, I was also reading about your country, and of course, I had a private professor through
Oh,
WhatsApp that taught me a couple of things. And it was a really nice and beautiful professor, and I was honored to have her. And well, you also told me that your language is Albanian, right? And I did my best to try to learn to say hello in Albanian. Let's see. You can evaluate my pronunciation, okay? Let's see. I wanted to introduce you with this presentation, but because of the I don't know, the feelings,
yeah.
like the mixed emotions in the live moment, I couldn't do it, but I'm going to do it right now to present our guest of today, which is Roxana from Kosovo. I would say Persendesia,
Yeah,
Roxana.
very good, very good.
Persendesia.
Yeah,
Is it good? How would you evaluate my
I would
pronunciation?
I would make a 10 out of 10 just because a lot of effort in that.
Gosh,
So yeah, but
amazing.
don't mind the language because it can be very difficult. As I told you in the beginning, it has 36 letters, and sometimes it's very difficult to pronounce them,
Yeah.
even for me that I'm Albanian. Uh, but you'll get used to it, you know.
Absolutely. I love learning languages. I think it also let you know a lot about the culture of the country. So I will keep my research going on about Kosovo. I think
Yes,
okay. I
yes.
think I lost you for a second.
As I
Okay,
said,
we're back.
it has to be a talent of yours to be able to learn language, because someone can learn them in a very fast, in a short period of time, and we don't have that all the capabilities of doing the same, you know. But it's very nice to know a lot of languages, because it gives you the opportunity to engage with more people, and the moment that you know their language, they think that you are very friendly, because your approach is different.
Exactly, exactly. Do you like languages? Because I see you speak
Oh, thank you. I
English
try.
perfectly.
Well, a fun fact, English is the way I learned English was just from the movies. And also,
Really?
yes, all by
All by
myself.
yourself?
I couldn't afford back then to go to courses and to learn English that way, so I learned it from the movies. And so did with German. I learned German as well, but I don't quite speak it that good as I speak English. But I have a passion to learn new languages. I started a little bit of Spanish as well. I can understand people, what they're saying, but I can't reply to them, you know. But it's a very, very sensual,
Okay.
you know, a language, and a very beautiful one. I wish I can learn it in the near future.
Incredible, incredible. Would you like to say hello to all the Venezuelan people
Of
that is listening to you here? You can say, Hola,
Hola,
Venezuela.
Venezuela. Yo soy Roxana.
Wow, you
Oh,
pronounce
thank
it
you.
pretty good,
Well, with the
actually.
help of Duolingo, of course.
Oh, you know that I also learned Italian, and when I started learning Italian,
Yeah.
Duolingo was my best friend. It really helps. And I think it's important to talk about this because some people have the interest in learning new languages, but they think that if they don't follow a course or if
Yeah.
they cannot afford it, they cannot do it. But look at the example you're giving us. You learned it all by yourself. And today, thanks God, we have other tools like Duolingo and online courses,
Oh,
free courses that we can use. So that's a great
in
example.
today, the only thing that you need is internet. With internet, you can do everything. You can learn everything, and the language even. Duolingo, it's a free app. I mean, you can pay for it if you want more stuff, more extra stuff. But otherwise, it's free, and it really helps a lot because it
You
gives you
can
the
use it.
right pronunciation, and it lets you repeat it over and over again till it's stuck in your head. And
Absolutely. It's so dynamic. It's almost like a game,
yeah,
you know? So you enjoy it
yes, I
while you
enjoy
learn
it
a language.
like a game, like you
Yeah.
said.
I think that's an important message we can give today to all the young people who maybe cannot afford
Yes,
a course online, but let them know how important languages are and all the facilities, all the tools that we can find today through internet to learn the languages. Because as you said, it lets you communicate with people from all around the world. So it's pretty important. I think we
of
always need
course.
to emphasize that.
We always need to be the best version of ourselves. Either if it's a way of of learning new languages, of doing a new habit, or reading a new book. All those can give a lot of attention to your character, on how are you building yourself. That's very important.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm reading in the comments that some people are commenting, we're going all to download Duolingo now. I hope that's the impact that we can
Yes.
have through these conversations. Only to give good tools and to give good messages. That's
Yes,
the
and we
idea. That's the
also
idea.
made some marketing for Duolingo, so I hope they'll give a shout out to us.
Can you imagine? Well, while we can give good tips, then it will be always, it will leave
Yes,
us a
there's a lot of
satisfaction feeling.
application. It's not just Duolingo. As long as you're interested in some an area,
Of course.
just need to check it up,
That's true.
search it up on Google, and everything that you need you can find. It's very easy for nowadays. I'm very happy for that.
I agree. I agree, and as you say, the main thing is to be interested. And there's also a thing that I wanted to talk about, not only about languages, but in our lives, and it's discipline. When you are disciplined, when you're working towards a goal, then you will surely achieve it, because it's about it, to be interested in do it and to be focused on what your goal is. I always say that if you are just walking around without a north or without a real concrete goal, then it's difficult to arrive somewhere. But if you have interest, you are disciplined, and you have really clear where you want to arrive, everything will be amazing. Will end up
I feel the same
amazing.
way. As long as you have interest, of course, and you have discipline, then you can achieve everything that you put your mind up to. Because half of your job is already done. If you have interest and you have discipline, then the rest of the work is very easy to do. Those things are the most important for a person, I think.
Absolutely. You seem to be a really disciplined person.
I think I am, but I'm trying to be more disciplined. As I grow older, I realize that discipline is very important thing to have, to possess a person, you know? And that you have the same. You have
and just as you say, I think we can always improve. Also, because I think when we evaluate ourselves and we want to arrive to bigger and bigger goals and dreams, then you have to be in a continuous evolution, in a continuous progress, always improving yourself, and discipline is part of that. But the only fact of talking about wanting to improve, it says a lot about our discipline, because we are already working on that.
As long as you're disciplined, as I said, you can achieve anything that you want. But as we grow older, of course, we're going to make those kind of progress, because everything starts from you,
Absolutely. Absolutely. And do you have any habit in your daily routine that helps you, most of all today, in this new path that you are having to deal with?
So my habits nowadays conclude going to the gym. Like, I try to go 5 times a week, because it makes me feel very happy in my own skin. It makes me eat healthier. It makes me be more energetic. And besides that, I like to listen to TED Talks, because that make me helps me build myself as an individual, more progress and all those things. And besides that, I also believe highly in manifestation, and I've come to realize that manifestation is real, and I really enjoy myself doing that. Writing things down that I want to achieve, that I want to accomplish. I write them down, and then I can check them in the next few years, to see how I progress, how did I accomplish things I want.
That's amazing. I recently had an interview with Natalie Glebova. She was Miss Universe 2005 from Canada, and she told me precisely what you're saying. She had a notebook where she wrote down all the things she wanted to do and the things she wanted to achieve during her national pageant, and then for the international one, also for the Miss Universe. And when she arrived from Miss Universe and she won, she looked at the notebook and she was able to see all the progress she had. I'm so glad you also had that habit. I think we all have different personal habits, and it's just about getting them used or adapting them to the situation we're living.
Definitely.
I'm so glad you have that. We're giving so interesting tips to the people that are listening to us today. going to the gym is also a super important thing, not only for the aesthetic part, but
Of
for
course.
our health.
And I realized that whenever I don't feel like myself, or whenever I have headache, I don't even have to take pills. I just go to the gym and everything goes like this in a second. Very
Absolutely.
important. It's not just about loving your body, you know, it's just so much more than that, because it gives you a power to talk, to go different miles, and to never get tired of them. I think it's great. Start going to the gym.
And
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of progress in your life. Gym is very important. So is manifestation.
Great.
Yeah.
So it is, absolutely. And you also told us you are vegetarian, right? I really admire vegetarian people. Was it a decision you took, or all your family is vegetarian? Have you been it like for a long time, or is it
it's something recent? I would probably say like 1 year in total. This came up to me as I saw animals being mistreated, you know. Just, we don't need all that kind of meat, for example. But it's just my opinion. I'm not against people who eat it, of course, but it's just my own opinion. I think I will be healthier by not eating meat, because a lot of diseases come from animals, a lot of bad, as I heard about. It was I read it somewhere that about 70% of diseases can be brought up by animals, and I want to live a happy and a long life, and I want to do that while being vegetarian. But it's just my opinion. People can do as they please.
Yeah, and you can share your experience and share the information you have, also respecting others people's opinions, just as you say. That's really important. But you took your decision, and you're changing the world by yourself, you know, because we cannot expect people to act in some manner, in some way, but we do have the power to control how we
all
act.
The changes in the world start from one person, in this case from within you.
Absolutely.
But everyone can do as he or she pleases, because just because I do it, it doesn't mean it's the proper way, you know. There's different proper ways. For me, it was difficult, I would say, the first 2 months, because for that it was easier for me to put a meat, to cook it, and then to eat it. But now, as I didn't want to eat meat, I started thinking about new ideas. What can I make today? What can I make tomorrow? It was going through my 2 whole months, but then I got used to it. Then I can. There's all those different kinds of food. You can eat anything that you want.
Absolutely. Thank you then for cooking the pabellon as a complete dish, including meat. that reflects the respect you show for our culture, for all Venezuelans who are here with us today.
Have shown me a lot of support. I didn't understand why, but I'm very glad that they are doing it. I'm very happy, and the least I could do. Also, I read it that this is pabellon, means flag, right? Yes.
Pabellon.
It means flag, and it does resemble the 3-color flag of Venezuela. You know, it's 3 lines of pavilion, and then it represents the flag of Venezuela, which is
of our country. Amazing. Thank you for taking the time to do it. And talking about what we were saying, the decision you made of being being vegetarian now. I also live something similar, but with sustainability, because I started getting a lot of information when I was studying. I think it must be something similar to what you lived. I got surprised. I studied fashion design, so I got surprised about the impact that our job as designers had in the world, because design and the fashion industry uses a lot of materials, a lot of textiles, and most of them finish as waste. So when I was finishing my career, I started to learn a lot of what fashion sustainability was. And I decided to turn completely the sense of my thesis, and since that moment, work towards a cleaner world and a lower impact coming from the fashion industry. So I think it's just about that, what we say. I don't expect all designers to think in the same way I think. I do like to share the message. I do like to invite people to get informed about these topics and to act from their heart just as they feel they have to do it. I like to be more sustainable when it comes to talk about fashion work, because that's my career and that's where I think I could have the biggest impact. And I just share it. And then the message will arrive to everyone who needs it. And just as it arrived to me in the precise moment and had an impact, a significant impact, I'm sure it will arrive to other people when they need to do it, when they need to know it. And it will be up to them to decide how to work and how to be more conscious.
Definitely. And it's such a nice gesture of you for thinking that way, because not everybody can think that way. We tend to not to see things clearly, you know, but we don't quite understand that it's going to be just a simple gesture that you can do to help the society and to help the world that you're living and you're going to live for the rest of your life. And it's such a nice gesture to think that way. And as long as we care about the world, I think that we are already doing a great job for ourselves and for the
Absolutely. And it's okay to start with small steps. That's what we're doing, and coming.
Small steps are very, small steps, as you said, are very important. By doing small steps, you'll think back of it in time and see, oh, but I started with just a simple gesture and now it's turned into something so big, because that's how big things happen. They don't happen during a night or during a day. They happen by making progress each and every day, by doing little but important.
Absolutely, Roxana. I'm glad that the conversation can go so naturally just as this is going. And I told you from the beginning that you could feel really, really natural and talk just about your personal experience during this conversation. And we also had chosen some questions of the ones you left us in the box yesterday. I don't know if you want to start with that, because you selected amazing questions.
We can start from that if you want. It's okay with
me. Great. Yeah, you want me to say them, or do you want to start?
Well, you can say the first one and then I can finish the rest.
Great, great. Well, one of these questions was about our expectations during Miss Universe. What are our expectations for the pageant? I know, and you told me that this is the first time you compete.
Yes,
in a pageant, right?
You also told me that it's your first time too, so it makes me such. It gave me such a comfort feeling, because wow, I'm not in this alone. You know, everything is going very fast right now, but I'm starting to get used to it. And about the competition that you said, of course, there's going to be such strong and powerful candidates from all over the world, and that's going to be stressful enough. But I will try to be the best version of myself. I will try during this months before going to that pageant show, I will try to be as prepared as possible. I will try to give more communication skills, to have proper communication skills. I will try to do the legwork, the research that is needed to be prepared for this pageantry. And I will try just to put, you know, a lot of compassion, because I already did put a lot of compassion, but I will give this kind of compassion as well when I go to that pageant show. It's all going to be great. I'm just going to trick my Before you
Yeah,
start thinking, oh, this is so stressful, try to think, oh, I'm getting so excited. Because the brain can be tricked and doesn't quite understand the idea of being stressful or being just very exciting. So whenever I am put up to a situation where I don't feel comfortable doing, but I know that's going to help me build my character, I try to think it in a positive way possible, you know? And that has helped me through now, and I'm sure it's
absolutely.
going to help me through the years to come and till the end of my life. And
Yeah, I'm sure it is, and it's going to continue being an experience that will completely
of
change
course,
our lives because from like since this moment it is already doing it. And I'm sure that when we arrive there, first of all, I'm glad we'll be able to have more like closer relations between us, and that will make everything easier. And then for the pageant, I know it's gonna be thought, it's gonna be hard, but we're gonna make it, helping us and working daily to improve, just as we said, and to give our
and
best
you're all,
every single day.
yes,
I Yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah. No,
You're
you can
also
continue.
going to a place filled with sisterhood group because you're already trying to get to know them before going to pageant, and that's going to be less stressful, you know. And I'm just getting too excited for that pageant, and I just can't wait to go there and show my best.
Absolutely. That's also what I aim to do, and I'm sure we're
I'm
gonna achieve it. It's for me one of the things that I usually used to think that was going to be the hardest aspect of all was the makeover, like to be ready with the hair and makeup every single morning during the whole competition. I know that's not going to be easy at all. I want to share with you something special because today is the first day that I get
oh
ready by myself, like 100% by myself, because I'm visiting my dad in Colombia.
oh
I'm not in Venezuela right now, and I had to do it by myself. We have been holding classes and lessons about makeup, about how to get ready our hair, and today was the best opportunity to show the evolution and the progress and everything we have learned through the classes. So I think these moments are really valuable because this is the way we will have to work
and
then
that's
in Miss
really nice
Universe.
of you, but you have done a great job, as I can tell. Just do that more often. Perfect.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I liked it. I was really proud of myself.
I
I
like
have to say it.
the
Thank you so
way you
much. I'm
used to
glad you like it
blush
too.
in a very good form. I love it.
Yeah. Do you have anything during your makeup that you can tell it's like the most difficult
The
part
most
for you?
difficult part of me is to put an eyeliner and also fake eyelashes. I have
Okay.
some, but they are less noticeable because they are more natural. And this is the hardest part of me. But otherwise, I try to keep it simple. I don't like to give a lot of makeup myself. I don't think I look pretty in a heavy makeup. So whenever I try and make myself ready, I always do it in the simplest way possible. I actually did myself the makeup, the hair. I was prepared by my.
And you also look so beautiful. You also look so beautiful. I'm also in that mood. Like I love natural makeups. I love that we can show ourselves the most natural way because it reflects how we are, our essence, our inner essence. And I also like for some events a super nice makeup or a
Sure.
strongest one. It depends on the situation. You have to adapt yourself to the different situations. But I'm discovering how to make up myself in the way that I feel the best. And one of the things that was the hardest part for me at the
Oh,
beginning was the lips. And today I think I did it well. So
yes. The
I'm
whole
proud
face and
today.
the whole hair are perfect, just the way they are. So you don't have to worry about it. And
thank you so much. Well, I think we finished with the first question. I don't know if you want to say another one, or
yes,
I
you can
keep on
keep on
going with the
going,
second
sure. Because I don't have written down. I need
Okay.
to get the Instagram live
Okay.
in order for me to watch them. So you can say them. It's okay.
Good. I think I remember the ones you told me you wanted to talk about.
Oh.
So let's finish with these ones, and I will try to remember the ones you selected.
Oh.
Well, the second one says, how do we accept or overcome failure?
When it comes down to that, I think it's very important to believe in yourself. It's very important of the evolution that you're already making year by year. And even though if you failed once, that is not a reason why you should give up, you know, because in order to win something, in order to get what you want, you have to fail first. Because if you don't fail, if you're just going to win straight, then that doesn't give happiness to your soul, because it was very easy job. You say by yourself, oh, but this was very easy, you know. And by failing once or even twice or even more times, why not, till you need to accept that you're not going to win everything the first time, you know. You need sometimes to fail, sometimes to win the first time. That's just how life it is. It's not going to be the same always. By accepting the failures and by seeing what made you fail, you know, you're going to be greater the next time. It's very important to never give up. As long as you live, just whatever you do, never give up, because it's not worth it. And
you're completely
and
right.
what would you think about how do we our failures?
I think failures make us definitely stronger. So every time I need to overcome a bad moment, I think about it. Even if saying it, it's way easier than doing it in the moment, because of course when we fail or when we don't achieve something we want so bad, our mind, as you said, our brain, which we need to train also, don't react on the best way. But as long as we focus on the next step we have to do, and we should take that failure or that bad moment as a learning, then we'll be able to overpass it and learn a lot from it. I recently got the opportunity of doing my first conference that it's called The Forbidden Dream, and I talked about it. Sometimes we think that our journey or our path towards our dream, it's going to be in the best way possible, and that everything is going to be amazing, nothing is going to go wrong, but it's not. That's not real. And that's not real, and it wouldn't be the best for us, because failing and making mistakes teaches a lot. So I focus on that. Whenever something bad happens, or whenever I cannot achieve what I was expecting to, I just focus on the next opportunities that are going to come, and how to learn from this situation to not repeat it, and improve myself to the next step.
And just let your history of failures become an inspiration to someone, and don't be embarrassed to tell about your failures, because those failures can make you unique in your own way. By telling people that you needed to fail once before achieving something, you give a lot of inspiration and hope to the generations to come, because they think to themselves, oh, now I'm not alone. She failed too, and then she achieved that. I can do that too. You know, it gives a lot of inspiration to young generation. We need to talk more about our failures and not just about our success.
Sometimes it's even more useful to talk about failure, because it teaches everyone, and it lets everyone know how capable they are of achieving a goal, achieving a dream, because we all fail, and sometimes we only see the nice stories, the good stories, the happy ending, let's call them that way. But to arrive there, people needed to fail also. So it's good talking about the difficult part, and then you celebrate. But make focus, make emphasis
It's
in
so
this.
true what you said. We don't hear often the failure histories as much as we hear the success histories. And I think that's kind of wrong, because we need to talk more about failures in order for us to achieve something and to help others. That's a way of doing that. And I also now remember the third question. It was, what made you go in competition in a beauty pageant?
Exactly. That was our first question, the third question we selected, sorry. And it's about what motivated us to compete.
Yes,
do you want to start?
So I always knew for sure that I was going to compete, because it was one of my lifelong dreams to be able to compete pageant, and why not to win it, so I can represent myself, I can represent my country in another country, and just get to people know more of Roxana, you know. But my first intentions was to compete about 4 years ago, but then happened, some tragedy in my family happened, and I didn't even think about that anymore. Of course, I just tried to go to the university, finish my university, and then this plan of mine came a year ago. I was feeling very confident. I thought to myself, now I have self-confidence, and now I can teach others how to do the same. So why shouldn't I compete the next year? And I always thought that it was just a great opportunity to show the world what you're really built for. And it was great that I competed, because look, now I won, and now I get to represent my country in the near future.
Yeah, absolutely. In my case, it was similar. Since I was young, I always knew that I wanted to be in the Miss Venezuela competition. Here for us, I don't know how does it work in Kosovo, but for Venezuelans, beauty pageants are so important. It's about our culture. We love beauty pageants and we support them a lot. So since I was a little girl, I always dreamed with it. When I started growing, then I was, I think, 17. And I started thinking, you know, what am I going to do? What I'm going to study? If I leave the country, then I always had the Miss Venezuela present, you know, in every decision I was going to take. And when I won a scholarship to study in Italy and I went away, I thought like, gosh, am I going to come back to my country to be able to participate in the Miss Venezuela? And well, I just left life guide me, God guide me, and it happened in that way. Then I graduated and I came to Chile. I came back to South America. My mom lives in Chile, so I went to visit her and I had to stay there for 6 months because of the pandemic. And while I was in Chile, I had the opportunity to send my postulation for the Miss Venezuela. So life was like guiding me through every step, and I came back to South America without even noting it, because it was not in my plans to remain here, but it was definitely in God's plans, in the destiny that life had for me. And why did I wanted to participate, or what motivated me, was just as you said, the power that I know we can have through this platform, the power that our message can reach and can have, because these platforms let us talk to people just as we are doing it right now. I'm glad we can have these encounters, because I can talk to your people from Kosovo and you can talk to Venezuelan people, and then we'll be able to talk to the whole universe. And our message gets stronger and stronger every time we say it, every time we grow through this path, through this experience, and then we're able to share even more important things. So that's definitely the main motivation.
And I'm very proud of you for achieving being a Miss Universe Venezuela. And that inspirational history about yours that you mentioned it briefly. And about my country, this kind of competition aren't quite common in my country. We don't give a lot of importance as it should, maybe because we just started this 14 years ago. It was our first time that we competed in Miss Universe. And it was in 2008 when we also declared our independence. So yes, we are the second youth country in the world, but we are trying to make progress in each and every field. And maybe in the near future, this beauty pageant show will become very important in our country as well. I hope for the best.
You'll be part of that history in your country. I'm really proud of you too. I'm so proud of you, and I love your life history. It's so inspiring. From how on the way you learn English to what motivates you, and also about the cultural stuff on what relates to beauty pageants in your country. I'm sure, well, you already are part of history, but I'm sure you will mark an important point in this area.
Thank you so much. I wish to do the same, and I wish for you as well to do the same.
Thank you, Roxana. Well, to conclude, I would love us to give a strong message, just as the slogan says: 2 women, 1 powerful message. What can you take from this conversation between us, and what will you tell everyone who's watching and all the girls out there who wish and dream someday to be in this position as a beauty representative of their country?
If there's just one message that I would like to send across to the world to hear, would be just be confident. It's just as simple as that. As long as you're confident and you love your body, you love yourself, then you're going to achieve very, very great things in your life. It's going to be a difficult road ahead to be confident, because it takes years to build, but once you build it, you already achieved so much. And just love your body, especially your body, because we tend a lot, the moment that we see ourselves in the mirror, we tend to see only the imperfections, but never how this organism is so multifunctional and helps us travel the world, help us eat all this delicious food, help us communicate. It's such a multifunctional organism, and we should just be proud for our organism as it is. And we don't need to judge it by saying we're too skinny or too fat, or we need to change that. It's just not worth it. It's the most important part, and it's the thing that's gonna be with you till the end of your time. So please be more happy about your body, feel prettier, feel beautiful, even if you don't sometimes, because we are people and we don't feel the most confident self in some other days, but sometimes we need to fake it, because that's just life goes. We can't be in our best version every time, but the most important part is just to try, and that's enough. Just be confident, and the rest will come. What you deserve will come in your way. You don't have to worry about that, because God works in a very odd, mysterious way, but it's always good for you.
Absolutely. I believe about what you're saying about confidence. I believe that when we really feel confident deeply inside ourselves, then we reflect it and people will see us in that way. Beauty is about that. Beauty is about reflecting our inner essence so confidently that people perceive us in that way. So I completely agree with you. And I also take from this conversation that I was glad we had the opportunity to talk about it, and it's discipline. Because confidence and how beautiful it makes us to be confident comes along with discipline, and the result will be achieving our biggest dreams. Discipline is essential in every single step of our lives. And if we mix it then with that inner confidence and power we have, we are ready to achieve our greatest
and
things.
sometimes maybe it's a cliche that we mention confidence in very often, but there's a reason behind that. You know, we all already understood that confidence is the one who's going to take you places. So just try to be confident more, to love yourself, you love your skin, because it's your uniqueness. It's how you reflect to the world. It's your own charisma, and you need to be more confident in order for you to achieve things and to be created for greater things in life.
Absolutely, Roxana. I would like to finish this live saying goodbye to you and to all your people in Spanish. Muchísimas gracias a todos por haber estado acá. Gracias a ti también, Roxana. Mucho amor para Kosovo y toda su gente. Thank you once again, Roxana, for giving me the honor to hold this conversation.
Thank you. The honor was mine. I want to thank you for the time we had together. It went very smoothly and I felt very comfortable. And also I would like to thank the Venezuelan people by saying muchas gracias. Venezuela.
Amazing.
And we'll talk in the near future.
Thank you. For sure. You know you have my WhatsApp contact. You can reach me out there whenever you want and for whatever you would like to talk about. Some
tips and tricks for MissUniverse. Who knows?
Yes, yes. Please, everyone from Venezuela, go follow and support Roxana, Miss Kosovo 2022. We're sending you a lot of love, Roxana, and the best of the luck.
Thank you. I'm sending a lot of love to you too. And please, all the Kosovo people that follows me, go please and follow Amanda as well, because she's.
Thank you, Roxana.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Well, guys, I hope you had enjoyed this conversation. I really did. Espero que se hayan disfrutado muchísimo esta conversación. Yo me las disfruté demasiado y como les dije al principio, cada encuentro es muy especial. Somos auténticas, tenemos la capacidad y la oportunidad de ser naturales y simplemente hablar desde nuestro corazón. Esa es precisamente la idea de Voices Across the Universe. This is precisely the idea and the mission behind this project. Voices Across the Universe aims to empower us, but not only, also show ourselves as natural and authentic as we are. Thank you so much for being here today once again, and we'll see us on the next Sunday. Nos vemos el próximo domingo y por allí seguiremos conversando. Muchísimas gracias a todos los que estuvieron presentes hoy.